styling your hair like Greg Heffley? No. So I was a weird kid. I don't think this is a surprise to anyone considering the last video. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. I'm the youngest kid in my family, and it's been said by the general public that the last kid in the family is the most spoiled. And they're probably right, but because of this undying love for my parents, it caused my childhood to be a lot weirder than my siblings. When I was a kid, I had the biggest obsession with Diary of a Wimpy Kid, more than any other child in the history of forever. So much so that not only did one Christmas solely consist of me getting Diary of a Wimpy Kid related merchandise, but I would also get some hair gel and force my hair to do the Greg Heffley cowlick. Luckily, I grew out of it. At a family birthday party one year, I strutted around in full confidence with this fake cowlick, even though everyone around me in that Chuck E. Cheese knew I was a fraud. Even Chuck E. Cheese himself knew I was a big fat phony. At least he's real. It even got to the point where my brother would start pointing it out to me and I would literally deny that it was fake. Well, look, champ, don't be jealous because I'm the only one that can bring honor to the family name with an authentic Greg Heffley cowlick. Someone has to make mom and dad proud. I'm gonna shave your head. Clearly because of my natural cowlick from an early age, everyone already knew I was talented. But my earliest recognition of my natural talent was in kindergarten. Oh, that must have been when you started drawing, because that's your job now. Nah, even better. I could cross my eyes and people thought it was funny. This is why you're single. So funny. I've never heard that one before. Oh my gosh. I think I'm seeing stars. Like from space? What? This video was sponsored by Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail is a new multi-platform space fantasy RPG from Hoyoverse, the makers of Genshin Impact. Hey, I like space. Honkai Star Rail is a great game to grind on your PC and mobile device with shared data between all platforms, meaning you can days to get 10 free Star Rail special passes and use them to draw the new characters. Planet is seeing your friend cross in the description. Anyways, apparently when you're 5 years old, the funniest thing on the planet is seeing your friend cross his eyes. As soon as I realized I gained this power, I did it all the time when I was in kindergarten, and everyone thought I was hilarious. In fact, one day, me and all my classmates were eating chicken patties for lunch, and while we were eating, I looked at my friend Thomas as he was drinking his chocolate milk. I knew in that moment I had to unleash my ultimate weapon. I looked at him dead in the eyes, then crossed them. He thought it was so funny, he started laughing while eating, then threw up all over his food. I was shocked. I never knew I had this much power.
That's a little too much.
What are you doing? Man, I lost it. Yeah, kindergarten was a weird time. I remember one day I discovered how if I grabbed my neck and squeezed, my face could turn purple. I mean, I thought it was funny, but I got a note sent home and my mom didn't think so. What are you talking about? This is hilarious. Stop. Hey, want to hear the scariest day of my life? When I was a wee young lad, the Johnny Depp Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie was all the rave. And I don't know if you've seen this movie, but there is a horrible scene where this girl eats gum that hasn't been tested yet and turns into a giant blueberry. And when I was 6, this scene traumatized me. So much so that I had a horrible fear that if my tongue turned blue, I would in fact also turn into a blueberry. One fateful day, I was at my church's camp with my lifelong friend James, and we were eating a bag of various candies. And one was a blue lollipop. I was hesitant, but I knew if I was very careful with this lollipop, my tongue wouldn't turn blue. Obviously, while enjoying this lollipop, I kept checking with James if my tongue was blue. So far, so good. But eventually, is my tongue blue yet?
Wix is your platform to perform on.
Dude. I ran to my parents' camper all the way down the road screaming at the top of my lungs. I'm turning into a blueberry! I'm turning into a blueberry! Heads were turning! People were calling out my name to see if I needed help, but I ran past them screaming nonetheless. All I was thinking about was that at any given moment I would explode into a fat blue freak. I burst into my camper screaming to my mother that I was a goner, that she might as well set up my obituary now because... Whoa, honey, that movie's fake. It's not real. Oh, thank God. So Johnny Depp isn't real either? No, he's real. Hello. So that freaked me out. Luckily, I got over my fear, and now I eat all the blueberry candies I want. Take that, Johnny Depp. Another thing I was obsessed with as a kid was the comic/book series Big Nate. So much so that I wanted to be him. My birth name is Nathan, and everyone in my life calls me Nate. So by association, I'm basically Big Nate. And I always will be. Marriage is what brings us together today. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Do you, Nate, take this woman to be your wife? Actually, that's Big Nate to you, buddy. Seriously? I was such a big Nate fan as a kid that I would make my own books called Big Nathan. And my drawing style to this day is a little inspired by those old books. Then one day when I was 12, I stumbled upon the best idea I've ever had in my life. I was going to star in a Big Nate series on Disney Channel as Nate himself.
I don't
Can you tell I was a kid when I came up with this idea? I had it all planned out. I was going to send a letter to the creator of Big Nate, Lincoln Purse, and pitch him my idea. I was so confident I told James that he could play Nate's best friend Francis on the show. I'd like to point out that we lived in rural New York and have literally no experience with acting. Clearly, I didn't know how life worked. A few weeks later, I got a letter in the mail from none other than Lincoln Purse. I was freaking out. This was it, my big moment. I was going to be a huge Disney star. I was literally going to become Big Nate. I opened it and... Dear Nathan, thanks so much for being a fan. Unfortunately, I have no plans to ever make a Big Nate show, but thanks so much for your idea. I was crushed. Lincoln destroyed my dreams of ever becoming a huge Disney star. But then I became a YouTuber, so it all worked out. And by the way, now there's a Big Nate show? So what's up, Lincoln? Forget about little old me? Whatever happened to never making one, huh? If you want to make it up to me, I'll voice a character in your show. I need it, please. Okay, last story. This one's more recent, but I'm going to consider this a child brain moment. When I was a chunky little pre-puberty 16-year-old boy, I got a $40 Party City Spider-Man costume, and I thought I was the coolest guy ever in the world. I was so confident, in fact, the day I put it on for the first time, I had the genius idea of walking to my local gas station, wearing the costume. I put on the suit, sweatpants, my $20 Walmart shoes, and headed over. I looked ridiculous. A chunky Spider-Man with sweatpants on and full confidence walking to a gas station. A few people drove by me and yelled, "Hey, Spider-Man!" And my confidence was boosted even more. For some reason. Then I walked into my gas station and... Sir, take off the mask. Sir? But I'm Spider-Man. Sir, take it off now. Take it off! So then I walked home. I can't believe that guy thought I was going to rob that place. I mean, I was dressed as Spider-Man. If I was going to rob it, I'd dress up like Brody Animates.
Hey.
Anyways, that's merely a taste of how weird my childhood was. Maybe I'm just weird, I don't know. So, moral of the stories, turn into giant blueberries, rob gas stations, and cross your eyes to everyone you see. And if they don't compulsively puke all over you from laughter, they're the weird one, not you. Hey guys, long time no talk. Thank you for watching.